Good afternoon, my orchid friends. As you can see, I have changed some things around in here. So, it got pretty cold here actually the past few days. It actually snowed yesterday for a brief moment. So, and it's only October. Oh no, I'm scared. But yeah, I insulated it. I put up this insulation up here and I coated it with some mylar bag, or it's a thermal blanket. It's made from mylar, so I coated it with that so that it helps reflect the light and heat. I put some insulation above the metal porch to keep the warmth from down, or the cold from coming in, and also the warmth also too from transferring, obviously. Got some linoleum. And I kind of rearranged some of my plants. I have my fan and heater over here still. I gotta find a different place for them because I need to be able to walk around in here, and I don't like them there. I'm thinking maybe over here, but the whole problem is I want to set up this diaphragm pump which controls the misters. I want to set that up too, but it's trying to find a place where I can let that run when I'm not here, and yet have the electrics be okay, because I have to bring the electrics over here if I'm going to bring all my equipment over to this side. So I try to kind of have it behind the sprayers so that obviously, you know, it's not spraying backwards, it's spraying forwards, but it's just getting the electrics over there. That's the main problem. What I normally do here is I have my heater hooked up to this thermostat. It has a both heating and cooling thing. So what I do is I hook up a humidistat to the cooling part, so that only when the humidity drops down below like 50% or something, I don't have the humidity set too high because I don't want it to be super humid in here. I just want it to be humid when it gets super hot in here, because it will get up to the 90s and even hundreds sometimes, even in the winter from the sun. So I wanted to have some humidity in here. That's one thing I'm changing this year. The plants usually do pretty well in here during the winter. I never really have no problems, but I just thought it gets really dry because normally as soon as I come home I water them. I get home in the afternoon, so that's when the sun is peaking and it creates the humidity. I just want that humidity kind of be created just in case I'm not here or I have to stay a little bit longer at work or whatever. But I'll give another little walk around, I guess, of my plants. So here's the Frag shorter eye in bud. I got, what is this one? This is the one I got from the orchid show just recently. Beth Eva. I have this, the Peruvian Spirit, that is about ready to pop open. The Schlimmii is about ready to pop. I'm surprised this Green Hornet doesn't have anything coming up yet, but I set it in some water. I think it's been too dry for it, so that one likes water. The big old Grammatophyllums are growing. Hopefully I get 3 spikes on that one. It has 3 new bulbs. Wishful thinking, right? Let's see. This one is, this leaf just, I don't know why this only one leaf kind of like died, but it's got the new leaf coming. Hopefully these things get back on track again. I'm not being bad no more. I'm paying attention to them again. The Dendrobium, I see a nubbin here. There's a nubbin over, there's a nubbin on this side too. The new growths are getting their terminal leaves, I believe. I don't see any other little leaves. That one has another leaf tucked in it. This one is, I think this will be the terminal. So their new growths are coming up to maturity. They're thickening up their canes too. Oh, and I seen this too when because I had to move all these plants out into my living room to do all this work, so I get a chance to kind of inspect my plants a little bit. And I was looking at these encyclias. Now I had the same thing kind of with my frags. I had them kind of in shade, so that's why they're lagging, because they really need sun. That's why this one did so well, because I kept this one in full sun throughout the summer, and it's got new growth. It's got plenty of blooms coming and roots and everything. So the rest I kind of tucked away in a corner and messed up. So, but the encyclias too were tucked away, and all these growths were like super laggy. But now that I put them over here with this sun, with this light, they're starting to thicken up and get some rigidity to them. But I also noticed a little bit of purple tinging, so I kind of moved them over in this area so they're a little bit more shady. I had them on the opposite side where the frag is. So yeah. So they're getting a little bit more light now. Hopefully, maybe I'll see some sheaths on that. Vanilla. Let me show you this Cattleya, or the Potenara. Maneuvering my way around in here. This wonderful Zygopetalum. New growth thickening up. Another one thickening its pseudobulbs up. So I wonder if I'm gonna get some spikes on this though. Hopefully I get a spike on that new growth. These ones spiked. Hopefully I get some spikes on these two new growths though. But this Cattleya is or the Potenara is the one I showed you before that was acting kind of funny. It blasted them two blooms that I thought were gonna blast. It did blast them. But these two look like they're gonna be okay. That spike back there looks like it's gonna be okay. And then this new growth here, which is the last new growth coming up for the season, it looks like, has two buds in it too. So, yay. And that is, let me just look at the name. I think it's Potenara. Oh, Cattleya, sorry. Leon Pitt Fantasy. And then this little dendrobium is starting to push out the flowers on this spike. I'm keeping it a little wetter. I think it likes that. The Miltoniops, or Miltonia, I think that one's juicy fruit. The flowers smell like juicy fruit bloom, so that one's budding out. And everything else is kind of coming along still. Basically, oh, and that spike that I had broke, it's branching now in two places. So that's going, this one is starting to branch and fill out. The cherry babies extending still, so that's good. But yeah, this is my winter setup. Normally I switch the orchids from this side to the opposite side in summer because I try to keep this thing as a porch a little bit. But I don't know, I'm getting kind of tired of doing this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I kind of just want to keep it as is. But I don't know, we'll see. I mean, the only reason why I don't is because in the summertime it would just be so unreasonably hot in here. And in order to vent it, I would have to basically vent it all into my house and then somehow vent it out of my house. So, because I don't want to cut holes in this. There's already enough nooks and crannies where cold air comes in. That's the main hassle with this. It's like everything is put up into layers. Like first I have this sheeting put up, then I have the insulation tucked on it like this so that the wind, when it pushes, it can't push nothing, and it's just a whole mess. And same on the floor. That's why it's really a hassle setting this up for the winter, you know. So, but it's done. It looks good. I like it. I enjoy it. I can come out here when it's negative 35 out there and be in 70-degree weather, nice and tropical, and have a great time. Also, the Lucineary. It's buds. Sorry for. Let me move this to the. There we go. The Lucineary's starting to push out individual buds now. So. And it looks like it's getting too much light. Let me move it. Let me move it. Oops. Let me check this other one real quick. Yeah, a little bit there, so I'll put them over here. So, yeah, hopefully they'll be okay. Let me check these labias real quick. I know they're not really facing the right way, but that's the way it's gonna have to be. This Telumnia. Got some roots coming. For the most part, it looks okay. So. Let me check these Neos too up here. I kind of got them positioned higher so that the intensity of the sun really isn't there. It's got quite a few new roots coming on it. Well, that's good. So we got the 1, 2, or no, 3 roots. That's good. 3 roots and 3 growths. So I'll put that up towards the top. I might have to. I have this little shear curtain kind of thing, so I could move it over just in case things get too bad. But for the most part, the frags and the dendrobium right there, they like the higher light. But it's just, let's see, getting them used to it. I don't know if I should move my little Neos or not. I'm gonna move them to by the vanilla real quick, where the shade cloth is. I can hook it on the wire. It'll get some light, but not as intense as this thing. I put this here because it was hanging against the wall there, but I don't know if it's really gonna work like that, because the whole point of the sprinkler system too is partly these plants. They need obviously more humidity because they're mounted, but the sprayer doesn't really see it. The sprayer's extending this way, pointing over there. And the same with this one, it's over there. So unless I flip-flop the sprayer, you know, that's the only way it's going to hit it. But then my buckets are going to be in my pathway, and I'm trying to get things out of my pathway. So these things might have to go somewhere else. I might have to put them back over here, but I got to find my hooks. So yeah, so that's a little tour. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all the comments. Please like and subscribe or share. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.